Hey, yeah, okay, Monkey here. So, we're gonna go get our first artifact today, and this artifact's kind of easy-ish if you got berry. Uh-huh. We brought one of our berries over. We actually brought pocket berry from Rayos. 20 mutations, in health, 20 mutations in melee damage, so it's a bit OP, but any berry of decent level and as imprinted and it can take on mantas and megalodons. Right now, they're not spawning as I think they should. I think they should be heavier than they are, but this is what we got right now. We're at this little cave right over across from it. This little cave is at 72.7, 40.3, and it's right across from where the artifact cave is and also the wyvern cave. Same thing. Closing? We're closing. Good deal. We just put a behemoth gate in front of it. And then we're going to go out from it and head straight for that waterfall over there. The wyverns are here. They're somewhat high sometimes. This loot crate that comes down on here can be unbelievably really good, especially when it's red. It is Ragnarok loot after all. They're flying low over in this valley over here, and we don't want to get their attention. And the wyverns usually in here sometimes come low, sometimes don't. A lot of times they'll stay up high up in the top of the cave. But there's one little cave up there in the cave, in the wall of the cave, where they are abundant in this one place. We'll show you where the location of that is. Here we are, right behind the waterfall over here. At 69 by 42. 69 by 42 is where the entrance to this is. Now we're going to try to stay on the surface. Actually, we do need to go under the water a little bit. I'll put this on just for a little bit so I can see under the water. You see there's quite a bit to see under here. And if you don't have this on, it's all foggy. You can't see it at all. Unless, of course, you disable the fog. See? It gets a bit more murky and you can't really see it. There you go. See it a lot better. Alright, so we're staying to the left for a reason. Because that red loot crate right there. And we want it. This one usually takes a couple things, but normally we got a pretty decent way of doing it. But it doesn't always work out to advantage. Let's see what we got today. Simple bullets, some arrows, and a decent shield. Not great. That's okay. Alright, we're going to go get the other one. There's 3 in here. We are not actually going to go to the third one. There's 3 I know of. And we'll show you generally where the other one is. And we're going to need something a heck of a lot heavier to get up in there. We'll explain that a bit. See here. Which one are you on? You're under one of the bigger ones. The one that has all the green stuff on it. If a wyvern comes after you while you're in the water, dive. Like, seriously dive. You don't want to be caught on the ground like that ground there. I gotta figure out where I'm at here. The one we're looking for, with that loot crate under it, as green. Ah, it's right here, I think. Isn't it? Or is this not the one? Nope. I don't see a loot crate. There's almost always one here. Ah, might not be the place. Hold on a second. Oh, no, it is. There it is right here. Megalosaurus. Watch out for megalodons in here. Like I said, they don't spawn a lot. We had a level 15 was the last one we've seen. And that's right inside this little cave right here. If I'm not mistaken, is one of the nest sites. One of the nest sites. See? They stay high. I'm not sure what they're doing up there, but that's what they're doing. Right up by that water. That may be a bug of what's going on, but right up there by that light, they're just constant. Right there. As soon as you come in the cave, they will just drift right up there. Whatever's going on with them, I don't know. There is one section that's really dangerous, and we'll show you that in a bit. I just got to remember which side I'm on again. You get lost in this cave, it's actually really easy. Find yourself around. Oh, we're back at the beginning again. That little section up there. Yep. Otter, we're going to go around. Nope, we're not going to go get the third one, Otter. We already know better. We don't know how good it is. We have yet to get it. You see that wyvern up there? I believe we're going to get up here for a second. You know what wyvern is right up there? There's a cave entrance in there. And that place is full of wyverns. And there's a loot crate up in there. Oh, yes. Now you know what happened to Scarf. Scarf got taken out by a fire wyvern. And so didn't I. But Pony got away. For some reason, they wouldn't attack it. By the time we got back, we could just whistle it and we were gone. This place over here is what you're looking for. By these crystals here, you'll see a little shipwreck here on the beach. It's the only one that looks like this on the beach. So if you found it next to these crystals, you found the artifact. Pretty much. These guys are in here all over as well. You need Megalania toxin. There is the Morphodons in here. We actually had an aloe at the entrance once already. Don't know why that was here. And you see, they have a low aggro. So, if you need Megalania toxin, there are so many aberrant ones it ain't even funny. You want to take the berry up here, it's easier to come all the way to the left, find the stairs, and just travel the stairs with the berry so you don't get stuck or clipped on anything. There's another one right there. They're pretty consistent. There is so many of these in here. Like, so many. And here we are at the artifact. Which is actually right there. You can grab it from here. This is a neat little building of sorts, the way they put it together. It's actually pretty neat. It's got some normal crates you found around the beach and stuff. Nice little building. There we are. Artifact of the Strong. And getting out of here is actually relatively easy, of course. As long as they're flying up there and they don't come down to the water very often. You should have no problems getting in and out of this cave. Look at that. There's so many Megalania in here, it ain't even funny. There's more Megalania in here than anything else that I can find so far. And there they are. The wyverns are still just hanging out up there. Why they're hanging out up there, I have no idea. But right by the two lights, right, the two white lights is where they hang out. There's so many Megalania in here. More right there. There, look at that. Oh man, you're a neat looking one. Why'd you have to be a 15? If you were 150, I'd come back with taming stuff. But nope, you're not. Oh well, too bad. They're just everywhere. And I don't know if this has something to do with it. If you guys don't know the evolved version of this cave, they would come down a lot more often. They wouldn't do that. So I'm not sure if it has something to do with the Megalania coming in here or not. But there is so many Megalania. They're on all these towers and they're everywhere. There we go. back at the entrance and we're out. We didn't even get to see a megalodon this time. I think total times we've seen in here, we've maybe seen 4 and 2 mantas. And that's it. Other than that, it's just been coal in the water. So I don't think we're getting everything spawning correctly that we should, and I don't think we should be over spawning that many megalania. But that's what we got right now. That's how easy it is with the current spawn that I got. And we checked it a couple times by clearing it. It always does the same thing. So sure they'll fix it eventually, or balance it as you will. Uh, this area out here is also dead as can be. It has nothing spawning in it, and we don't even get a manta until way down there. We got no piranhas, which normally there's piranhas in here on the evolved version. It's highly loaded all the way through here. But in this one, not so much. In these side areas, almost no animals. Normally there is stuff to keep the wyverns coming down and chomping on them. But on the other side, there is animals, and they do come down. We'll go down there real quick before we end this. All the way at the other end of this cave. And it's a straight pass through cave. It's actually kind of a neat cave. I really like it. I think it's a neat cave. We have far more wyverns out here and far more dinos. And you see they're everywhere over there. And they should be on the other side, but they are, but they're up top. And then they despawn. So it's not exactly, I think, balanced out the spawn-wise how it should be. Oh, wow. There you go, guys. Lots of red today. Lots of red in Ragnarok. That is, that's easy as it is to get that artifact. The artifact is strong. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Do appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.